Today is a celebration of the 85th anniversary of Malcolm X's birth, and it's a historic occasion for us because Gregory Reed, a Detroit attorney who purchased the original manuscript to the autobiography of Malcolm X, also has in his control the missing 3 chapters that most folks don't know about. Tonight will be the first time that he'll speak publicly about the content of those 3 missing chapters. Well, the mission of the Malcolm X and Dr. Betty Shabazz Center is to continue to advance and promote human rights and social justice. And so we feel we're caretakers of that legacy. And everything we do, every event that we run, every program that we create is to promote human rights and social justice and preserve the legacy of Malcolm X and Dr. Betty Shabazz.
She embodies everything that her parents stood for. Please give it up for Ilyasah Shabazz.
Thank you very much. That's very nice. Just in his 20s, Malcolm X rallied against lynching, murder, rape, and theft of resources and labor. A compassionate young man, only in his 20s, placed himself in harm's way to oppose all forms of legalized terror and discrimination with its consequences of unequal access to the economics and politics of society. And by the time of his 30s, my father would be revered as an international icon and respected around the world as a brilliant and fearless man of integrity who would not compromise despite relentless surveillance, harassment, and threats by our government and the misappropriation of his image. And that's why I'm grateful to Attorney Greg Reed.
Greetings. Assalamu alaikum, and God be with you. I'm here as the bearer of the light of the words of Malcolm X. His words. I wasted 7 years of my life in the streets of America. Today, after spending the transitional years of my life in Boston, and later as a human predator, parasite, and leech, all for which was inevitably apprenticing for self-destruction. And afterwards, spending the next 7 years in prison. He tells it in sevens, and I'm gonna give you examples of the sevens, how he looked at this as metaphysics. The next 7 years in prisons with white America vilifying and scorning me today in the news media headlines over radio and television as the infamous black Muslim minister Malcolm X accused of teaching and spreading the untruth. Hatred of the white man among my black brothers. No man has so much time to do his life work and find his purpose for living. No man has so much time to do his life work and find his purpose for living. Everything I do now takes on a sense of urgency. Today, I have not the time to write a book merely with the ambitions to excite or stimulate some reader's mind. Life mirrors. I have the readers will see, he prophesies, in years, chapters to come, who have lived as closely as is possible for a Negro to live with the white man and the white woman. In fact, I consider my life to be a perfect mirror that reflects the attitude of the white man in America towards the black man. In part, in fact, It was what I learned of the white man personally that helped me to shape my thought, conviction, and positive core values of self-esteem, self-help, self-determination, self-reliance that totally changed my life to the perspective about him that I have. America truism. Only a part of it is the white man in America seen especially seemed to me in an indeed peculiar, ironic position to accuse any black man of hatred. I tell the black man the truth of a race that enslaved our race to help build America, his rich country, a man who has raped our black foreparents, mothers, until as a race today, we are no longer even black. A white man who in every one of his wars took us to bleed and die with him, and not yet for all of this has rewarded us with the back of his hand and his table scraps for 100 years since the Civil War at last to have freed the black man here.